Drivin Ivan here, and behind me, the Alfa Romeo Giulia. I've reviewed the all-wheel drive version. Check elsewhere on YouTube for that one. But this one, the rear-wheel drive TI. Will I be impressed? Let's find out. Well, this TI version definitely adds some exterior pop. You get the blacked out mesh grille look, also on the cloverleaf grille, and those cloverleaf alloys look really aggressive and hot. And any Italian car always seems right in red. From the side it looks more sedate. Form definitely follows function here with the drag coefficient. That's why a lot of late model sedans look the same. But the wheels, the cool brake lights, and the diffusion and the cool exhaust, plus of course the Alfa Romeo badge, definitely make it stand out from the back. Notice the Brembo brakes and the Alfa Romeo logo on the wheels. Nice. Of course, this Alfa Giulia won't blend in with anything else from the front. I love the new interpretation of the Alfa Romeo cloverleaf grille and those aggressive headlights. It's a great looking sports sedan. Inside, you've got these great sport seats that definitely hold you in firmly when cornering. That's a great thing. You also have the ability to adjust the front here, in or out. That's a nice feature as well, but what you really have is just an abundance of Italian style. Excellent. Unmistakably Italian and Alfa Romeo. So nice to see that badge again. And you also get the flat bottom steering wheel that you see in Audis and other European sports cars and sedans. It's unmistakably Alfa, and that's just such a great thing to me. Now, it's not a touch screen, but you can control it with this knob here, basically scrolling through, selecting what you want, and then going with it that way. But still nice. I like the way it's set up. It's easy to use, easy to get into everything you need. You also have a volume control here on the radio, and you can scroll through and do your tuning and that sort of thing. So it's not touchscreen like I said, but it is easy to use, and that leads me to my Drivin Ivan technology integration score. And you have USB inputs down here, and you can also hook up your smarter iPhone. You get a charger and some storage there as well. So that's nice. Good to have that technology, and here too as well. And everything is pretty straightforward and easy to use. I like the technology. I like the way it's integrated. I'll subtract a bit for not having the touch screen, but I'll still give it a very strong 8.5 out of 10. And it's all done in a very Italian sort of way with style and panache. The gauge cluster, of course, is all about the business of going fast. You get a large tachometer, large speedometer as well, 149 mile an hour top speed in this one. So it's nice to have that 160 mile an hour speedometer. I like these airplane inspired vents. And of course, this is awesome. The push button start a la Ferrari. Of course, Ferrari is now a sister car to this Alfa Romeo, all in the Fiat Chrysler group. So that's very cool. But the styling all the way around is nice, and a bit of a carbon fiber look, whereas the other one I tested had a bit of wood here. But this one is definitely leaning more towards sport than it is towards luxury, so that's okay. It looks good, and I think a lot of people are going to want to go for this look in their Alfa Romeo. It's definitely a cool look, and it's a very functional, aesthetically pleasing interior that definitely combines luxury and tech too. Out back you get those two vents. You also get a little magazine rack holder, some storage in the door, a cup holder there, and seating for 3 across. And a USB charger too out back. Nice. You also get a pull down armrest with 2 cup holders. Pop the trunk and you will see that yes, this is indeed a sports sedan. You get a pass-through for skis and a very large and capable trunk too. You also get these cool exhausts too. And look, a diffuser too. Powering the Alfa Giulia is an all-aluminum 2-liter direct injection inline 4-cylinder turbo that makes 280 horsepower and 306 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic and in this case drives the rear wheels. 0 to 60 takes 5.1 seconds onto a top speed of 149 miles per hour. You can expect 24 miles per gallon in the city, 33 on the highway, and 27 miles per gallon overall. Well, now I'm behind the wheel of the rear-wheel drive Alfa Romeo Giulia TI, and that's a step up from the regular Giulia, which I was driving earlier. They actually have the same starting price, $39,995. The entry-level Giulia starts out at $37,995, but because that one had all-wheel drive, that's about a $2,000 option. So therefore, these have the same starting price. But what do you get on this one? Well, you actually get a bit nicer interior trim, and you also get upgraded wheels on the outside. So it just looks a little sportier for that little bit of extra money for the TI version. And in this one, you also get $2,000 optional Rosso Red Competition tri-coat exterior paint. You also get the customer preferred package, 22T, the sport package, that's $22.50. It includes those great looking 19-inch 5-hole aluminum wheels, definitely a staple of Alfa Romeo. Also sport front and rear fascias, so you get that more aggressive look outside. Gloss back window surround moldings, custom painted brake calipers, sport leather seats, manual adjustable thigh support, sport leather wrap steering wheel, aluminum steering wheel column mounted paddle shifters. Definitely nice to have those. They're very Ferrari-like. The bright aluminum pedals. You also get the driver assistance package for $650. Seems like a deal. Blind spot and cross path detection, auto dimming exterior mirrors, power adjustable bolsters, and the $1,350 dual pane sunroof, 8.8-inch AM/FM HD Bluetooth radio with nav. That's $950. And the Harman Kardon premium audio system for $900. And so with all that, you're out the dealer door at $49,290. One of the main differences between the all-wheel drive version I tested earlier and this TI version with the sport package is these super cool paddle shifters, which are column mounted, so when you turn the steering wheel, they stay right where they are, but you can reach them high or low, so they're very easily actuated, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then if you're going slow enough down to 1st, but I'm not. And I want to hear the rasp of that Alfa Romeo engine, so there you go. But don't worry, you can also shift manually with the shift knob here. I usually prefer that, but there is something very fun about shifting here. Very cool. Wow, it's very quick revving too. Really a joy to drive. So what does almost $50,000 get you in the Alfa Romeo Giulia TI rear-wheel drive? You get a very competent sports sedan. First off, you're getting an Alfa Romeo, so that in and of itself makes it stand out from its competition. All of the Japanese imports, the luxury imports from Europe as well. This one has that Italian style. It's got that raspy Italian exhaust, and there's just something special about Italian cars. It's the hands straight out driving position, and it's the responsiveness of the steering wheel. It's very responsive. That's the first thing I noticed about the Alfa Romeo Giulia. So it's definitely a serious sports sedan, but you're also not suffering with tech or luxury as well. These sports seats here, they really keep you tucked in heavy cornering, and they're definitely much better at that than the standard seats in the other Alfa Romeo Giulia I tested, although those were definitely comfortable. You probably want to go with those for more comfort, but these sports seats are definitely serious and will be very welcome when you hit those backcountry twisty roads. And they're also very comfortable too. You also get a heated steering wheel and heated seats as well. Very nice to have, definitely luxury items, and I think any nice luxury sedan should have those, so this Alfa is no exception. It's amazing that this Alfa will actually go into the red line a bit, and it's kind of cool because most cars that are computer controlled won't let you do that, but this one, being rear-wheel drive, it's just really fun to drive. When you put it into dynamic mode and the roads get twisty, well, it just takes on an entirely different personality. Pulls your shifts, definitely affects the steering, the throttle response, and the braking, and you can really feel it. Actually holds the shifts for you. You control what it does, and that's great. You're driving this Alfa Romeo Giulia. It's not driving you, and that's very refreshing. With all the computer safety that's engineered into cars these days, they tend to feel a little bit dull, and this Alfa Romeo Giulia does not feel dull. You can definitely play with this Alfa. You can get it loose a bit. You can definitely feel the back end losing grip. Now, you know, of course, that it's going to save you, but that being said, you can definitely still have plenty of fun with this Italian sports sedan. Now, there is no traction control cancel, but again, the dynamic mode does let you play a bit. If you want full traction control cancellation, then you've got to go for the Quadrifoglio, and that has a lot more horsepower, and that can get you into very sticky situations if you don't know what you're doing. But this Alfa Romeo Giulia with that nice 4-cylinder turbo is really going to be plenty for most people. It's only for those people that really like to drive on the track and that sort of thing that are going to want the Quadrifoglio. But just know that this is plenty quick for a sports sedan. You certainly are not going to have any problems passing other traffic or having a lot of fun, and you want to use that cruise control because you can be going very quickly in this car very fast, and you don't want to get into trouble. I've got the cruise control set here, and while it's not adaptive, it is very European-like in its settings. It reminds me of Jaguar's cruise control. Very nice. You can easily go up and down 1 mile per hour, and I like the way it's integrated here. Nice. I like the backup camera here. It's directional when you turn the wheel, and also, as you can see, there's parking sensors too. Nice. So the TI gives you that more aggressive look outside and some niceties inside as well. But either way, Alfa Romeo is very proud that you're actually getting best-in-class performance with the horsepower and the 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds and the top speed of 149 miles per hour, not to mention an almost perfect 50-50 weight distribution too. So this really is a sporting sedan that is definitely geared to driving fun, and that is awesome.
You get a basic warranty of 4 years, 50,000 miles, a powertrain warranty also of 4 years, 50,000 miles, and that includes roadside assistance as well. Most of the parts, that's 69% of them, come from Italy, and final assembly happens in Cassino, Italy. The engine is from Italy, and the transmission is German.
Well, the A mode is advanced efficiency. That gives you the most efficiency, and it even turns off the engine and cancels some cylinders from working to definitely maximize your fuel economy. Natural is the normal setting. That's a good combination of speed and also efficiency. So now that I've driven both the regular Giulia and this TI version, which has a little bit of extra, basically bigger wheels on the outside and some nice refinements on the inside as well, you're still getting the same engine either way, so it's really just a matter of preference. They're both fun. If you want the added safety of the all-wheel drive, go ahead and get it. If you want that traditional front engine rear-wheel drive sedan handling, then you definitely won't be let down by the rear-wheel drive Giulia. Any way you get this Giulia, it is going to be a blast to drive. Trust me, it's fun. I guess for many millennials out there, it might be hard to understand what all the fuss is about Alfa Romeo returning to the United States. I was thrilled to get behind the wheel of the 4C Spider. Look for my review elsewhere on YouTube of that one. But this one, just like that one, has really unique driving characteristics, and that is what Alfa Romeo is all about. It's an affordable Italian sports car, unlike Ferrari and Maserati that can definitely get up there in price. The Alfa Romeo is very affordable, starting at 38 grand. It basically gives you all that Italian style and performance, and it gives it to you at an extremely fair price. But again, you're not sacrificing in style at all. They're great looking cars, and although there used to be some mechanical hiccups associated with them back in the day, these are really computer controlled cars that are very reliable, very safe, very luxurious, and have great tech too. So you're not going to be suffering in this Alfa Romeo Giulia. It's really great to see them back in the United States after so many years. The 164 was the last car available here, and they pulled out, and then that was it. And there's been rumors of them coming back really ever since. So it's so nice to have Alfa Romeo back as an alternative to the other Japanese and European luxury imports. And the Giulia definitely has what it takes to stand out. This is a fine sports sedan. So one thing I've noticed right away driving these Alfa Romeo Giulia sedans is that the steering is extremely responsive, and also that, you know, it's just actually a very good sedan. You've got heated seats and also a heated steering wheel for comfort. You've got Bluetooth, you've got great tech and nice luxury too, some safety features as well, cross traffic, and that comes in handy. You've got those parking sensors, the backup camera, and you've got the ability to shift it yourself. Even if you don't have the paddle shifters, without the optional sport package, you can still shift it on the shift knob, and I actually like to shift there better. Although I have to say that having these great Ferrari-like shift knobs is really a plus. But really with the Alfa Romeo Giulia, you're getting a car that is an excellent sedan, first and foremost. Seats up to 5 people, it's got a large trunk, but what you're getting is an Alfa Romeo, and every Alfa Romeo really has the heart of a race car. There's a lot of racing history with Alfa Romeo.
Alfa was founded in 1910, and they started racing the next year in 1911. Interestingly, between the years of 1933 and 1938, Enzo Ferrari managed the team through his Scuderia Ferrari, and Tazio Nuvolari won the 1935 German Grand Prix driving an Alfa during that time.
He really wanted to be a racing car driver, Enzo Ferrari, and he drove Alfa Romeos too. And when he left Alfa Romeo, he had to wait 5 years before starting his own manufacturing line, and that's the Ferrari you got in 1948, the first Ferrari. Juan Manuel Fangio drove Alfa Romeo cars as well. So Alfa Romeo has that racing history, and it really shows in this Alfa Giulia sedan. You can feel that history. This is a very sport-oriented sedan, and it really is fun to drive first and foremost. It's the type of car that puts a smile on your face. You know, driving the 4C convertible was a very unique experience, and I think this Alfa Romeo offers that same uniqueness too. It's definitely welcome here in the United States, and I think they're going to sell a lot of these. On that note, special thanks to Safford, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Tyson's Corner, and don't forget to subscribe to me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Drivin' Ivan.